Today, I'll show you how to solve a Tango board without any guesswork. Hey puzzle fans, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to learn how to play Tango. It's also called Binairo or Takuzo, but ever since its inclusion on the LinkedIn games, Tango's been a pretty popular name for it. So, how do you play? First, you got to set up the grid. You need an even grid to play. Typically these are 6x6, 8x8, or 10x10. You could scale higher if you wanted more difficulty, but these are the most common setups. It needs to be even because you're playing with two different sets of symbols, and you need to fill each cell with one of those two symbols. The key is you can't have three of the same symbol in a row vertically or horizontally, and each row and each column must have the same number of each symbol. So if you're playing on a 6x6 grid like LinkedIn, using their moons and their circles, you can't have three circles in a row. You must have three circles and three moons in each row and each column. The game helps you with that. It gives you some hints on the board. If there's an equal sign between two cells, it means those symbols must match in those cells. And if there's an X or a not equal sign, obviously those symbols cannot match. Very simple rules to Tango, but let's see it in action, put our knowledge and logic to the test. So we're playing on LinkedIn. We got a neat little cluster here to get us started. Since we know we can't have three moons in a row, this has to be a circle. Since we know we can't have three circles in a row, this must be a moon. And then we can use our in-game hints here to fill in some of these. Again, we have two circles in a row, so we can't have those be circles. Fill in the rest of our hints. These have to not match, these have to not match. This has to be a moon. And since we need all columns to have an equal number, this must be a circle. So those are the easy fill-ins. Now we get to the logic part. We've got an interesting symbol down here to look at, and we've got a row here to look at. We know these two together cannot be moons because then we'd have three moons in a row. We also know we have to have three moons and three circles in this column. So if we put a circle here for our third circle, we'd have to have two moons here, making this illegal because three moons would be in a row. So we understand that this must be a moon then. Now we can use that placement to understand this row more. Using this equal sign, if we put moons here, that would be our three moons, moon, moon, moon. We'd have three suns in a row here, or three circles in a row here, which is, again, not allowed. So we know that these must be circles. That fills out the rest of the row pretty easily. And we can use our in-game hints to fill out the rest of this section as a circle. That is a circle to get our three in a row here, three circles in this column. And this is a circle. So now we look at this row. Can't really solve this logically yet, but we know there are three circles here, so these two must be moons. We know we cannot have three in a row here, so this must be a circle. That gives us our third circle, so this must be a moon. We know we cannot have three moons in a row here, so that must be a circle. And we can finish out our puzzle by placing a moon here. Ta-da! So that's how you play Tango. Very simple, very addictive game. Start on the 6x6 grid as a beginner, and then work your way up to 8x8 and 10x10. 10x10 is super fun, really, really cool placements, really cool hints, really fun. So thanks for watching. If this was helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more tutorials. And I'll see you on the next one. Go solve some games.